none other than Chips Ahoy thin version. Okay, I just put that in there. Anyways, hello internet, it's Andrew Michael here with another video. And in today's Will It Fry episode, we are going to be testing the age-old question here on Andrew Michael, will it fry? Now in today's episode, if you haven't read the title, it is. So, today we're going to be seeing if these chocolate chip cookies can actually fry. So, without further ado, if you like gaming news and news, be sure to hit that subscribe button and like the video. Also, if you're coming from Twitter or Instagram, make sure you comment hello, so that way I know if you come from other platforms. Now let's get started. So first off, here we have the opening right there. As you can see, same amount of cookies. Well, actually, half the amount of cookies because these things are thin, as you can tell. It's got the same feeling, got the same top and bottom to it as a regular Chips Ahoy cookie, but it's just not as thick, you know. So half the thickness is gone, which makes this half of a calorie taker. But as you can see, it is a kind of good cookie. Anyways, what we're gonna do is we're gonna cover this in oil, and we're gonna flip it over every 30 seconds. And the reason we don't want to do it for so long is because you can see here it's all of this chocolate, and chocolate can melt. So we have to be very careful when we do this. And so let's begin. First, we have our pan here. Yeah, gotta shake it off. It came from the sink. So, a good pan. Put some oil in it and let it cook for about 3 or 4 minutes. And then we're gonna put this in there. Then we're just gonna flip it. So do that. All right, so let's get to work. So, as a side note, if you don't have oil or anything like that, you could just use butter. Right now I'm using the Blue Bonnet butter. So if, let's say you don't have any olive oil in your pantry and you want to use any kind of like butter or something like that, you can use any kind. Just make sure it's spreadable, so that way when you do put it in the pan, that way it can melt, and then it'll take like 15-20 seconds to firmly heat up and get in the pan. And yes, it does work for oil. So if you're like me and you're just trying to like fry the tops and bottoms of it, which is what we're going to try to do with this cookie, you might want to go with butter. But I'm not going to use a whole lot though. So, here we have my spoon, and I'm going to take about this much butter. I'd say about that much. I'm going to put it in our pan over here, so that way we can just get it cooking for a little while. And also, butter does heat up faster than oil does. Well, a little bit, but this will ensure us if we got enough heat in our pan. So, this is kind of hot. I'm going to set a timer. So we have a timer on. We're only going to do this for like 2 minutes because this pan's already hot. And then, like I said, this butter doesn't take long to cook either. See how this butter right here is like this? That means this pan is slowly heating up. But if you get it cooking enough, you'll start seeing it sizzle. Once we get that little sizzling effect, we know this pan's going to be hot enough to start cooking stuff. But until then, we just need to keep this butter in here, just so that way we can tell if this pan's hot enough to fry anything. So, now we are time to put our cookie into the pan. So follow me right here. So we're going to take our cookie, as you see here, and like here we see in this pan, we're going to drop it. Now we're going to make sure we only put this for 15 to 30 seconds, so we've got to be careful with this cookie because at any point in time the chocolate can melt. And while we do want to see if it can fry that way, it may make the cookie taste just really bad. And it might just make the cookie look really bad too, so we got to be really careful with this. So, see here, got our cookie in there, and as you can see, the bottom of it is cooking, so it is a good sign. And now we got to make sure we only keep this in here for like 15 to 20 seconds. So make sure you only put this in here for 15 to 20 seconds. Now, because it's been here for that little time, I'm going to go ahead and flip this thing. But like I said, it is important that you keep an eye on this. And the reason you want to keep an eye on this is if things get out of hand and this cookie just crumbles, it shows us one thing. As you see here, this butter is cooking. So, while it does look like that, you want to be careful. Because if you don't, this cookie's just going to turn into a huge mess, and then it won't fry. It'll just be, will it be a mess? And the answer is yes, it will be a mess if that's the case. Also, if you like these videos with no music in them anymore, I'm just testing things out, and I'll read the comments before I post this video. If there are music in there, there's music in this video that'll tell you. Alright, so you see here it's really soggy. So it looks really soggy, but oh yeah, the stuff was really melting. Yep, look at that. We even got it just in time because it started melting, and it's not really great. Now I'm just gonna move it to the side where it has the least amount of butter, and we're just gonna wait for this. So we're just gonna let this sit. What we're gonna do is we need a paper towel. This paper towel, you want to lightly dab it and do like that. Lightly dab it, take it off. Lightly dab it, take it off. Keep doing this until this cookie is firm and cooled off. You want to do this for about a minute or two. And the reason I'm patting it down is so that way this cookie can firm up and we can actually be able to eat this. See, as you can tell here, this cookie is firming up, but we just got to be careful. And also got to make sure this doesn't stick to the paper towel. But look at how much butter that was in there. That's how much butter was in that cookie alone. So you gotta be careful with how much butter and oil you use, because if you use too much, then you can wind up in the hospital with some bad heart disease. Because the cholesterol you go in there, if you take in way too much cholesterol, it can mess you up really badly. So you gotta be really careful. Alright, so here we have our cookie, and I've let it sit for about a minute or two just to cool off so we can actually hold this. So it hasn't turned out to be a mess, so that's good, but it did lose a little bit of its chocolate chipness and just spread out in the cookie, so that's a little bad. But it's a taste test. 3, 2, 1. Oh, you didn't taste the butter. Oh god. Okay. The bad thing is, the bottom of this cookie tastes like nothing but butter. Which means if you were to use oil, you might be in a little bit of trouble. So, for the fact that the butter didn't really go in all the way to the cookie, that's bad. Yeah. Oh my god. That butter is strong. There's some really strong butter. I can tell there's a saltiness in it too. Let me try the other side. Yeah. The top of the cookie is fine because we didn't keep it in the butter for too long. But the bottom of the cookie soaked in so much of that butter that it took all of the flavor and all the salt and just sucked it in to where when you bite the bottom of this cookie, it is absolutely salty. It's saltier than a 12-year-old Xbox kid. Wow. I mean, you can still eat it, but I gotta tolerate that. Oh. Okay. So, the answer to the question of will it fry? This is technically a maybe. It's a yes because it didn't tear apart. It looks okay, but the buttery taste on the bottom of the cookie is so strong that it overpowers the cookie itself unless you eat the top of the cookie alone, which would be impossible. So the answer to this question, will it fry, is not a yes or a no, it's a maybe. So because this is will it fry, we have 3 answers here. We have yes, it can fry, absolutely not, but we have the maybe. And this one's a maybe because it didn't tear apart at all. And the taste was there, but it was just overpowered by how much butter and sodium was there. And it just overpowered the cookie. So I'm going to give this one a maybe. If you guys want to test this out, obviously you can follow along, or you can just use oil or anything like that. But you can follow along, and you'll see where we can go. Alright, until next time, I am Andrew Michael, and I'll see you guys next time.